Hey guys, Eric with Nerds of the Roundtable. I have a professional review for you today on the BrightSign digital signage player. They have a wide variety of digital signage players from budget conscious all the way up to something super nice. And of course, we're going to be reviewing the super nice one today. We are reviewing the XT series, which is their high-end 4K system. This system that we are reviewing today is a 1143. This sets itself apart by having an HDMI input for a live preview. Join us as we dig deep into Nerds of the Roundtable. Alright, from the outside of the device, you can see that it is a beautiful, sleek finish, super low profile. It is just over 3/4 of an inch, I believe 8.83 inches if you take a caliper to it. And they have this nice flare design, and being super small means it will fit behind any display. And having all these types of I/O on it as well will make it super easy to integrate into whatever project you have. From all their product line, they have a variety of different products to meet your need, and they have any type of I/O that you could ever ask for. They have stuff ranging from $150 to what we're reviewing today that will be $650. Retail, of course, US dollars. So today, what we're reviewing is the XT1143. What sets this apart is it's the 4K box that has internal storage capabilities with a HDMI input as well as output that is 4K capable. And that is 4K at 60 FPS. So that is, of course, HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 capable on both the input and output. So if you take a look on our first side, you will see that it has status indicators. It has a micro SD slot, your HDMI output, HDMI input, along with your LAN port. On the other side, you'll see that it has RS-232, GPIO, power, and of course this thing is also PoE, which is crazy being 4K, and you would think that that'd take a lot of power to run, but apparently not. I don't know how they've done it. The quality that you see on the outside follows it onto the inside. You take it apart, there's only 4 screws on the backside, comes apart very easily, which is super nice because not only does it have USB 2.0 on one side, but it also has M.2 SSD capable. So all you have to do is just buy an M.2 device, install it on the inside, and boot it up, and now that is your internal hard drive, which means that you can transfer it over the network, over USB-C, which makes it super easy. Or you can actually take a thumb drive, transfer it to the thumb drive, plug it in the USB 2.0 port on the opposite side from the USB-C port, and that means that it will just transfer it over to the internal drive. Or you can run it off the USB drive if you want to. So many choices. So what really sets this one apart is being 4K, both input and output. You don't see a lot of digital signage players with input. You can see us making the connections, and that you're able to take a live video feed and make it whatever size you want to, and be able to add digital signage components to it. So you can add scroll bars or menu items or whatever you need to. And from this, you can also play 4K clips internally. So what we were testing was how responsive this piece of hardware was. Being able to play a video file, switch in between live video feed and the 4K video file. We tried it both through the GPIO inputs along with UDP commands, and it works flawlessly. It is instantaneous and seamless. It is awesome. Also on the software, it takes less than 15 minutes to set up your device. Super easy, anyone can do it. All their training is available online, which is super convenient. You can follow along, you can add some playlists. All you have to do, you can set up different timers. You can also control TVs via RS-232. So you can have this digital signage player turn on and off your display. You can also control digital signage player through RS-232 commands from a control system, UDP commands from a control system or a laptop. You also have a iOS app that you can use that can trigger events, and you can do some stuff that way, which is super awesome, especially for a lot of people. Software is very intuitive. It's very fluid, like you just walk from left to right through the software and load it to it. It is super responsive and loads quickly. It means that whenever you're making changes, you don't have to wait for the whole project to load. It only loads what's changed from your last load, which is very nice and saves on bandwidth and time. Because a lot of us don't have time, if we want to make a small text change, to wait for a whole project to load, especially if you're running 4K video. They are massive and take up a lot of space. We covered some of the hardware features, having GPIO, RS-232 interface, able to accept UDP commands. It can also take internet streams from H.264 streams off a local network or the internet. You can bring in streams from the internet. You can also do RSS feeds for text, or you can do live text, which means that if you have a list of names or a list of events, you can create a file server locally that will pull this database from. And what you should be able to do is do it from a control system, use that as an FTP, and be able to pull that information, and you can make the changes from your touch panel on the professional side. As you can see, being 4K, having all these types of connectors, and being at a great price with all these features means it's both great for integrators and it's also great for the consumer. It means that they are able to load their own content without having to call an integrator on site and have a programmer, which they are going to love and save them money and you time. So take a look, enjoy this piece of product. I highly recommend bringing it into your local shop or as a consumer requesting it from your integrator. It is a fantastic piece of gear. I highly recommend it anywhere that you can, even if it's only on a couple displays. If you guys like this video, like it below, drop a comment, let us know what other ideas that you have. If you have something that you'd like us to review on both consumer and professional devices, shoot us a line. You can also reach us at nerdspodcast@.tech or contact us at nerdspodcast.tech.